Top 30 Barack Obama Best Quotes. Nothing in life that's worth anything is easy. We need to internalize this idea of excellence. Not many folks spend a lot of time trying to be excellent. You can't let your failures define you. You have to let your failures teach you. You have to let them show you what to do differently the next time. It's important to make sure that we're talking with each other in a way that heals, not in a way that wounds. Where you are right now doesn't have to determine where you'll end up. Issues are never simple. One thing I'm proud of is that very rarely will you hear me simplify the issues. Keep exploring. Keep dreaming. Keep asking why. Don't settle for what you already know. Never stop believing in the power of your ideas, your imagination, your hard work to change the world. The best way to not feel hopeless is to get up and do something. Don't wait for good things to happen to you. If you go out and make some good things happen, you will fill the world with hope, you will fill yourself with hope. The strongest weapon against hateful speech is not repression, it is more speech, the voices of tolerance that rally against bigotry and blasphemy, and lift up the values of understanding and mutual respect. What we have already achieved gives us hope for what we can and must achieve tomorrow. Hope is that thing inside us that insists, despite all the evidence to the contrary, that something better awaits us if we have the courage to reach for it and to work for it and to fight for it. Hope is the belief that destiny will not be written for us, but by us, by the men and women who are not content to settle for the world as it is. Hope, Hope Indiana, the face of difficulty. Hope Indiana, the face of uncertainty. The audacity of hope. In the end, that is God's greatest gift to us. A belief in things not seen. A belief that there are better days ahead. The absence of hope can rot a society from within. I'm not talking about blind optimism, the kind of hope that just ignores the enormity of the tasks ahead or the roadblocks that stand in our path. I'm not talking about the wishful idealism that allows us to just sit on the sidelines or shirk from a fight. I have always believed that hope is that stubborn thing inside us that insists, despite all the evidence to the contrary, that something better awaits us so long as we have the courage to keep reaching, to keep working, to keep fighting. We choose hope over fear. We see the future not as something out of our control, but as something we can shape for the better through concerted and collective effort. We reject fatalism or cynicism when it comes to human affairs, we choose to work for the world as it should be, as our children deserve it to be. While we breathe, we will hope. We are the ones we've been waiting for. We are the change that we seek. Change will not come if we wait for some other person or some other time. We are the ones we've been waiting for. We are the change that we seek. For the sake of our security, our economy and our planet, we must have the courage and commitment to change. One voice can change a room, and if one voice can change a room, then it can change a city, and if it can change a city, it can change a state, and if it change a state, it can change a nation, and if it can change a nation, it can change the world. Your voice can change the world. Change is building an economy that rewards not just wealth, but the work and workers who created it. What a vindication of the belief that ordinary people can do extraordinary things, what a reminder of what Bobby Kennedy once said, about how small actions can be like pebbles being thrown into a still lake, and ripples of hope cascade outwards and change the world. So don't let anyone tell you that change is not possible. Don't let them tell you that standing out and speaking up about injustice is too risky. What's too risky is keeping quiet. What's too risky is looking the other way. Change won't come from the top, change will come from mobilized grassroots. Change is never easy, but always possible. We proved that we are still a people capable of doing big things and tackling our biggest challenges. The value of social movements and activism is to get you at the table, get you in the room, and then to start trying to figure out how is this problem going to be solved. Making your mark on the world is hard. If it were easy, everybody would do it. But it's not. It takes patience, it takes commitment, and it comes with plenty of failure along the way. The real test is not whether you avoid this failure, because you won't. It's whether you let it harden or shame you into inaction, or whether you learn from it, whether you choose to persevere. Either you seize what may turn out to be the only chance you have, or you decide you're willing to live with the knowledge that the chance has passed you by. You can't give up your passion if things don't work right away. You can't lose heart, or grow cynical if there are twists and turns on your journey. The cynics may be the loudest voices, but I promise you, they will accomplish the least. It's those folks who stay at it, those who do the long, hard, committed work of change that gradually push this country in the right direction, and make the most lasting difference. But once people who have the power, or the ability to do something about the issue, are listening to you, then do your homework, be prepared, present a plausible set of actions and negotiate. Be prepared to move the ball down the field, even if it doesn't get all the way to the end. Take off your bedroom slippers. Put on your marching shoes. Shake it off. Stop complaining. Stop grumbling. Stop crying. We are going to press on. We have work to do. We see the future not as something out of our control, but as something we can shape for the better through concerted and collective effort.